Okay, we are continuing. Mrs. Dole is out of control. We are on chapter 7. It is called, Why Is There a Square on My Head? There was only one bad thing about the last day of school. We had to come back after dinner for graduation. Bummer in the summer. Asterisk. If you hide this book inside one of those Newbery award-winning books, it will make you look a lot smarter. My mom made me wear a tie. What's up with that? Why do boys have to wear this thing around their necks? Whoever thought up that idea would get the No Brain Award. That's an award they give out to people who don't have brains. My dad helped me tie my tie while my mom combed my hair. You look so handsome, my mom gushed, and she got all sniffly the way girls do. I expect you to be on your best behavior tonight, AJ, my dad warned. Nothing must go wrong. I didn't even do anything wrong yet, and I was already getting blamed. What could possibly go wrong anyway? It was just graduation. We drove to school. Dad parked the car and we walked to the playground. Mrs. Dole and Andrea's mom were standing at the gate, greeting everyone. As soon as we got inside the playground, I knew this was not going to be a normal graduation. There was a big stage set up with lights and a long banner that said, "Congratulations, graduates." Balloons were all over the place, and behind the stage was something really weird, a petting zoo, with goats and chickens and cows and bales of hay. Is all this really necessary? My mom asked Mrs. Dole. With all due respect, what does the petting zoo have to do with graduating? It represents the diversity of life on our fragile planet, Mrs. Dole replied. As they grow up, children need to respect our animal friends. I didn't know what she was talking about, but it was cool to see goats and chickens and cows in the playground. Andrew's mom rolled her eyes. The teachers were sitting in the front row. I waved hello to Miss Hannah, Mr. Docker, Mrs. Rupee, Miss Small, Ms. Coco, and all the others. Some of them were already sniffling and blowing their nose in tissues. Mrs. Dole told the parents to sit down and the kids to go to the gym. When I got there, the guys had on ties, just like me. The girls had on party dresses. We had to put on paper caps we made and gowns too. I didn't want to wear a dumb gown. Gowns are for girls. But everybody else was putting one on, so I guess it was okay. Where did your mom get all those farm animals? I asked Ryan. You can rent anything, Ryan said. I guess she went to rent a farm animal. After 1,100,000 hours, Mr. Loring started playing the graduation song on the accordion. Mrs. Dole told us it was time to march out to the playground. I'm graduating. There's a square on my head. So he's singing the song that he made up. It was windy outside. I had to hold on to my cap so it wouldn't blow away. As we marched into the playground, our parents started clapping and taking pictures like we were movie stars. I sat between Michael and Ryan. I hope my mom doesn't go overboard, Ryan whispered. I didn't think that would happen because there weren't any boats around. This AJ or Arlo kid kind of reminds me of Amelia Bedelia. He takes things very literally. There was a big bowl in front of her. It was about the size of a garbage can cover, and it was on a little stand. Welcome, parents, teachers, and students, Mrs. Dole announced. Let's begin this ceremony by lighting the eternal flame. She took a lighter out of her pocket and lit something in the bowl in front of her. Flames shot up in the air. This flame represents the eternal quest for knowledge that will forever burn within you, Mrs. Dole told us. I didn't know what she was talking about, but fire is cool. Maybe we would get to roast marshmallows later. After she lit the eternal flame, Mrs. Dole gave a speech. I don't remember much of it, but I think she told us to look both ways before putting on sunscreen. And always to wear a bike helmet if we went running with scissors. Third grade can be scary, Mrs. Dole said. But remember how frightened you were on your first day of kindergarten? My little baby Ryan was so scared to go to school that he peed in his pants. I remember it like it was yesterday. You peed in your pants yesterday? I asked Ryan. He was hiding under his chair. Man, that's what I would do if my mom just told hundreds of strangers that I peed in my pants yesterday. After Mrs. Dole's speech, I thought we would get our diplomas, but no. A marching band came out of the gym and played that song about going to the YMCA. Then a big cake was wheeled out in front of the stage. All right, I love cake. But we didn't get to eat it yet. We had to sit and listen and we're talking. Mrs. Dole grabbed the microphone again. Being PTA president is a big responsibility, she said. Being president of anything is a big responsibility. That's why I'm very excited to introduce our guest speaker. He's also a president. Please welcome the former president of the United States, Mr. Bill Clinton. What? A former president of the United States for their second grade graduation ceremony? I do think Mrs. Dole is out of control. Chapter 8. Blah, 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 blah. Wow! A president of the United States was going to talk to us? Double wow! Everybody clapped. A guy with the white hair came out of the gym and went over to the microphone. I whispered to Ryan, "How did your mom get President Clinton to come to our graduation?" "I guess she went to rent a president," he said. Everybody finished clapping, and President Clinton started to speak. I didn't catch every word he said, but it went something like this. Okay, well, this is a lot of blahs, so I'm not sure if I'm going to read them all. I'll do my best. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of blahs. The entire page. Blah, 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 blah. This is so boring. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Almost done. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. I can't go on much longer. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. I did. Blah, 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 blah. I think he's almost finished. Blah, 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 blah. There's still more. All the blahs.
There's a lot of blows.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to die. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Man, that guy can sure talk. President Clinton went on for about 1,100,000 hours. Everybody clapped really loud at the end because we were so glad he was finished. A little asterisk. Try this science experiment. Put a banana on your head. See how long it takes for somebody to notice that you have a banana on your head. Record the results. That was kind of random. I figured we were going to get our diplomas and eat cake next, but we didn't. Mrs. Dole got back up on stage and stood next to President Clinton. "And now, ladies and gentlemen," she said, "I would like to introduce another surprise guest. Please direct your attention over your heads." We all looked up. I didn't see anything at first, but then I saw it. There was a helicopter hovering up there. It was coming down right over us. I held on to my cap so it wouldn't blow away. The helicopter landed at the other end of the playground. It was cool. Nothing happened for a few minutes. Then this weird purple smoke started pouring out from under the stage. The sounds of drums pounded out of the speakers. Laser beams shot all over the place. Suddenly, two guys jumped out of the helicopter, ran upstage, and started dancing around. They were wearing football jerseys and baseball caps. Then another guy hopped out of the helicopter and ran up on stage. He had on a baseball cap too, and he was wearing a big purple cape with sequins all over it. It was Mr. Hind, our old music teacher. What is happening?